Hello there, I'm Nemo, and this is a can, but it's also a camera. So let's try to take a picture with it and learn how it works. Let's go. This kind of camera, it's called a pinhole camera. It's a type of device that takes photographs without the use of a lens. Instead, the light goes in through a very, very tiny hole. Look, zoom in. There you go. Close, close, close. The image is then generated through an effect called camera obscura, dark chamber in Latin. It is a natural effect where light entering a dark room or a box through a tiny opening forms a projection of the outside scene that appears upside down and flipped left to right. I quickly made one here. This is made out of cardboard. You can see on one side there is a tiny hole and on the other a bigger hole. Inside I added a piece of tracing paper to observe the projected image. So let's do a little demonstration. Because light travels in straight lines, you can see how the movement that I do with my torchlight end up inverted on the tracing paper. So if you apply this principle to all the light coming from a scene, you can understand why the produced image is actually inverted. If instead of using tracing paper, you use a camera sensor, you end up with a pinhole camera that can now capture light. Here I have my old Pentax K5. This was my 18th birthday gift. It's very old. I am very old. And this is a pinhole adapter. So it's a little difficult to see. It looks like this can't take pictures, right? But there is a tiny hole right here. I believe this has been laser made. There you go. There's a tiny hole in the adapter. And you can actually take pictures with this. It is, of course, very dark and a little blurry, and you can even take videos. Yeah, that's pretty cool. By the way, a little cephalopod fact.
But Nemo, this video has nothing to do with marine biology.
Well, this is my channel and I like cephalopods, so if there is any excuse for me to talk about them, I'll take it. I'll take it. Don't worry, this won't be long. I just wanted to point out how the evolution of cameras mirrors the evolution of biological eyes, a pattern that you can actually see in cephalopods. For example, octopuses and squids, they have eyes with a lens, much like humans or modern cameras. And species like the nautilus, which belongs to an older evolutionary branch, they have pinhole-like eyes. Yup.
You have another anecdote, don't you?
Yes, the colossal squid has the largest eyes of any known creature, with diameters estimated to reach up to 40 centimeters. Whew. Okay, I'm done now. So now this type of can works similarly to my digital camera, but instead of using a sensor to capture the light, it has a photographic paper inside that darkens when it is exposed to light. And because this reaction is very slow, only a very strong and consistent light source like the sun will leave a trace on the paper. Over weeks or months, this produces what we call a solarigraph, a long exposure photograph that captures the evolution of the sun's path in the sky. I positioned 2 of those on top of my research institute and one of them on the roof of my parents' house. All 3 of them were facing south and they were left there for 6 months, from summer to winter. So let's take a look at the result together. Haven't used this tool in ages. I don't have a normal bottle opener. No bottle opener? I don't have a normal can opener. Ooh, this works good. Oh yeah, that's gonna take some time. Oh, there we go. Okay. If you ever end up using this very model here, try not to cut yourself. Ooh, whoop. There you go. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Whoop. Oh, sorry, like that. Let's check the other ones. This tool rules. Maybe I'll show it to you before I look at it. Oh, upside down. There you go. That is also pretty cool. And then the last one. So because the sunlight leaves dark marks on the paper, we need to invert the colors. And this is the result. You can clearly see how the sun's trajectory across the sky changed over 6 months. It starts very high in summer and gradually drops all the way down to its winter path.
Unfortunately, part of the summer trajectories was lost because the can was positioned vertically. In order to avoid this, I tilted one of the 3 cans with approximately a 10-degree angle upwards, and this is the result.
You can also see that the sunlight is not uniform. There are days when the sun leaves no trace at all, likely due to complete cloud cover, and others where the trace breaks and resumes, suggesting that the sun was repeatedly obscured by clouds. Don't forget to digitize your photo, because over time it will degrade and fade. This was a fun little project. I'll include in the description tutorials to make your own camera obscura, but also how to do your own pinhole camera just like this one. They're actually really easy to build. But if DIY is not really your thing and you just maybe don't have time to build something, you can also go for those kind of cans. This brand in particular is called Soaring. They did not really reinvent the wheel with this product, but they're very easy to use and relatively cheap. They're just very convenient, and I used 3 of them and they worked very well. This company also offers an online map where you can upload your solarigraphs and pinpoint its location. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this little, quick, tiny chill video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!
Just a quick note, we have a Discord server, so you're welcome to join. We can chat and hang out over there. I also want to thank all of my patrons on Patreon: Yuri, Sonic, Cyrus, Benjo, Veronica, Max, Luca, Ismari, and Jenny. Your support is very, very much appreciated.